So Issa, how are you feeling?
Four.
Poor?
For what?
No, how are you doing? What is your how did you wake up this morning with a good feeling?
Yeah, I think every step I'm doing that, I take everything as challenge. So that's really good.
And you just won the European Film Prize. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Months ago. Yeah,
Months ago.
yeah.
How was that moment for you? Can you take us back?
Mm, I don't know, but I take it, compare it with the war and the situation. For me, it was happy and easy moment. I didn't. I was, I think, very like okay. We can say it. Yeah.
Yeah, were you surprised that you received this award?
Um, Maybe yeah, but I was had feeling that I will have it in that second. And just before they mention it, I tell to my partner Flor and Thomas, I think it's our award, and it was really that second really. And Flor, she jumped. How you feel that, just that, and it was second. It was really important second, and a few seconds before they mention it, just I feel it. Yeah.
And just a few days later, I think you had to go back to Aleppo.
Um, I say few days later for safely, but in reality, I come back the next morning.
But
Now
so
I can say that, yeah.
yeah, but because you don't say when you arrive there.
I think in war zone, it's some people when they post about the step they will do it in future, they are so stupid because you should not mention never what you are going to do because at war zone you don't know who can use you badly and in different ways. So for me, it was I come back the day after morning early to Aleppo.
And could you explain the people in Aleppo that you won this award? How did they respond to it?
Actually, they welcomed me like hero. They
Oh, yeah.
was just like amazing to see. For me, it was really important to see that the message it's go to the Syrian also in direct way and nice way. And this is for me. It was I was very proud because internationally I was also happy because last 8 9 months in Europe I travel a lot and the film and the speech I give it they receive it really well. People understand that but for me always very important to see the reaction of the people who suffer at the war and like the Aleppian they was really standing against everything. You don't need sometimes to talk a lot when you are at war just to live at the city and keep it alive. This is I think really very important moment for everybody and make this is what make the crazy movement in the world that oh my god the civilian they are not leaving the city whatever happened to them. So the people who stand and stay in Aleppo they are the reason now that the war stopped and they are the reason that the people start to come back and they are the reason that the to rebuild the building, the city completely. And this is very important moment. And before I left, I come back to my building, which is like door open and empty. They steal everything. So I saw my neighbors had the same situation. One of the neighbor, he was holding new door, and the first thing he made it in the building that he fixed that door. And the day after, another neighbor come with door. So I didn't have chance to fix my door, but I think it was a really very emotional moment that to see that the building, empty building, destroy, but the people decide to come back, whatever it is. They are not waiting the international help, or they are not waiting the people to say something to them. They just with the little money stay with them. They take it and by the door they say even if it's without window in the cold winter, so we will come back to the building. This is our home. And this second I think it's really important because sometimes everybody know that I'm really angry from the media what they say and what they do for the Aleppo. So they decide for us. But in Aleppo case, there is no international media, and that's why I think they don't know what is going on. And always they ask people who had side, and people who had side always they will protect that side. So in reality, I think I wish that will become open soon for the medias, because there is enough stories for everybody, and each one will be very unique. I think, I think this is very important moment for the city. Yeah.
I think that was so beautiful in your film, in your latest film, Greetings from Aleppo, and you just say that you see the regular lives of people which still continue in very small manners. And what struck me most, where I was curious about, because when you returned in Greetings from Aleppo to your parents' apartment, and there was a bomb which came through the ceiling, and there was a hole, but the bomb didn't explode.
Yeah,
So
sometimes happen. Yeah, not always. Yeah.
not always, unfortunately. How did that go? Are your parents still there?
Yeah, it's still there, but it's always like was the maybe the last fight, that the last bomb, one of the last bomb, because it was just like before the big war happened, which is in by United Aleppo. I was a little bit like for me it's difficult to see that the roof is open, and and the everything is survived by miracle, just like that hole, but I can imagine more now what can happen to many families when they get bombed. Many people die, some people lost the children because he was in his job, and when his apartment get bombed, it was less heavy than one family. The mother go inside the shop. I saw that 2 years ago. So the mother go to buy some things from the shop. So suddenly the bomb come and kill her husband and 2 child. So if you see that kind of stories, you thanks God about small loss. You don't care. I'm not angry that my home get looted and they steal everything. I said this is price people pay it.
Is that how it maybe the war
Different way.
changed you mostly?
Yeah, people. No, I work from the beginning with the very simple, like idea. I tell to everybody at the gallery and visitor, we should not allow the war to destroy us.
Yeah, because you have still a gallery in Aleppo,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's very important if you get the decision to fight, and not let the war to destroy you, because something can make all soldiers, whatever is the flag of the soldier, I don't care about. They make you. They become happy when they see you asking money, or when they see you like poor and destroy person as civilian. This is what the soldier do everywhere. Whatever it's his flag. And we saw that in Aleppo we had like 100 different kind armies, and all of them. Like we saw some people even come under the name of Islam, and he say to the Muslim people who are historical, all his life Muslim, they tell him, you are not good Muslim. We will teach you how is the Islam. So we have this kind of things. People with the weapon always try to destroy the civilian. This is simple. This is very. That's why I don't agree with the weapon, and I don't agree with the militias at all. So when you become like survivor, and when you decide to smile to them, and when to make like that civil movement, it's victory for the civilian. It's not victory for them. This is destroy the soldier and the mental of the soldier, which is who want to control the civilian.
Is that a duty as an artist, do you think?
It's decision, maybe. It's more, yeah. And I decide from the first second that I will not allow to this war to destroy me. And it's work. I use the only weapon I have, it's art, and it's worked perfectly. Yeah.
is it, do you every time, because you travel over the world and you go back and forth to Aleppo, do you every time still recognize it?
Yes, sure.
And what do you recognize? Maybe the spirit of the people?
Um, Actually, this time it was different because last 2 years when I travel, every few months when I come back to start art camping, I can see that I lost already half of the member because they travel, or some of them they go to the military service, or some of them they become like move to different area and we cannot reach them anymore. So this time it was different because I saw the street and the people come back. And I hope next time when I go there, I will see most of the people who I'm not in contact with them from many years. So I think this is really important moment. And I was angry from American journalist months ago when he published that it's against the humanity what's happening in East Aleppo. What they want East and West Aleppo to separate forever and bomb each other day and night. I'm not agree with that at all. I know it's finished by war, but no one from the international power helped to finish it by peaceful way, you know. And we cannot keep bombing two sides of the city together. For us all, it was like united one Aleppo. It was not two Aleppo historically at all. And this is very important to understand everybody when sometimes stupidly sitting in the cold air conditioning room and decide for us. We think differently at war zone. In the time when that journalist writing this kind article, or other journalist also, in West Aleppo was preparing a lot of medical help, collecting food for the people who will come out after the war, and the churches was completely and make incredible help for the people who come out. They give the church to the Muslim people to live inside. I saw many family living inside. So this is what mean united Aleppo. It's not mean that one side make victory on other side in the way they sometimes talk about. This is, yeah, it's so complicated. I can talk all night.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
I don't
can.
know how much time you have. Yeah. So
Is it, how many people are there living in East Aleppo and in West Aleppo, to get a picture of it?
depending for the British famous media, they say 420,000 surrendered in the last few months, but actually it's come out that is around less than 100,000.
In the entire Aleppo?
No,
In the
in
eastern
east side, but
east
all
side.
Aleppo together around 1 million is still there. Yeah.
And before the war, how many people were living there?
Before there were 2,400,000. But we don't have official counting. The only thing you can know it from some like UN helping centers, because they know how much food and how much things they are going. But I think it's still, but last few weeks it's impossible to know because many come back. Many people come back. For like the people who was staying in other cities, safe city like Latakia, Tartus, Lebanon, and Armenia, those all come back. Most of them
I
come
think that
back.
everybody who watches this should have a look at your Instagram, Issa Touma, with the little film you posted on the taxi.
Yeah, that was 150 meters far from my apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you tell me what we see on the film?
I was working with the art camping member to do workshop in that area because we are planning now many workshop at the East Aleppo. So I saw the family with the taxi. You can see it's one taxi, yeah, just
Very
like,
narrow
yeah,
street.
one with one bed only. The things they have it, they move it with them, and they want to come back home.
Yeah.
And when I asked him that can I shoot with you, and he said yes, of course. I asked him after how many years you come back to home. He said 5 years. I stay outside, and now thanks God that my home is without windows, but I want to stay. You know, and it was really incredible moment. And I shoot a lot of story like that. I actually most of the people when I shoot, some of them they didn't live even East Aleppo when the war happened, but most of them was really that word. I hear it all the time that I come back to home, I come back to home, I come back to home. It is every second happen, It was really like fantastic for me, because people cleaning, people doing a lot of things. When the politicians still everywhere thinking to help Aleppo, maybe to rebuild it, people not waiting them. People start to rebuild also second day immediately.
What are you current working on? Because you still are making work on Aleppo.
I think I have a lot of romantic like stories about the back to Aleppo city. I live in East Aleppo also. My home is in East Aleppo, so I think I have a lot of things to tell about my neighbors and people. I don't go so far because for me, when I talking about different neighbors from different religions and background, they are Aleppo. You know, this is what can make you always come back because the city is with the people, you know them very well. This is mean home, or this is mean like country for you. And I think there's a lot of a story to tell because it's incredible now. You can walk in Aleppo, you can see bomb, you can see bomb, you can see weapons you can take it if you want. I'm sure, but it's not working because that's why they left it.
Yeah.
But it's the memories of the war and people collecting memory now.
And are you filming yourself, or are you also letting people in Aleppo film it?
No, we used already in greeting from Aleppo. One of my students shoot like Zahra, that lady who is talking, and
With her
of
cell
course-
phone, she is filming.
Yeah,
right?
With I think it was really amazing that what after all. But I'm open to use it. I don't care if the people allowed it. They want to share the material. We can use it also because, as I told you, that there is thousands of the story enough for hundreds of the photographer. Cannot one person do all this job because Aleppo is very large in the way you can like two capital in Europe the size of Aleppo city.
Yeah. Thank you, together with your partners, Fleur van der Meulen and Thomas Vroege, for collecting them also for us and for bringing...
Yeah, they did great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the three of you did.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for bringing these stories to us.
Yeah, hope it's helped to understand something and help. This all in the end, every story can help to save more life, and this is what we're trying to do as much we can and give them name and to the people. I'm happy that the people sometimes asking question by name, what happened to this person or that person, and this is really they recognize it by the postcard project and other people. So and they are now in direct contact with them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You're making the world a little smaller. So thank you for that,
Thank
and
you.
good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.